got yourself something funky.
Wasn't 200% sure it was working, but it is. I'm just going to plug a light on because I'm a bit dark. I can't see the plug. Oh, that hurt. Don't hold on to the plugs while you're plugging them in.
And then we were right back. Hey, boom, boom! I'm here all weekend.
Anyway, what we're here for tonight is a bit of the spice freak, so I'm going to bring him in.
Hello there.
Hi, dude.
You take care of yourself, dude.
I forgot I had sweaty hands, and as I went to have hold the plug, I plugged it in and my fingers was...
It just hold it by the top.
What I need to do is change the plug, because modern plugs shouldn't do that. They should have two little black bits on the end so that it can't. But I suppose with a sweaty hand, it's your own stupid fault as well. Like,
A little bit, yeah.
Woke me up though. You know, like a little buzz on the fingertips.
Right.
There
are better ways, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to compose myself for a little bit because my heart is going a little bit fast and I've started to sweat.
You want me to bring out the sauces then?
I do. Probably best distract me.
No, we're looking at Boom Sauce, who I believe came up on one of the online chili fests not too long ago. Maybe it was a few months back, I don't know. But Trinidadian style sauce company. I believe they're still based here, but probably from Trinidad, if I remember correctly. I really ought to do more research before I do these. Sorry.
It looks like a chocolatey colour in the bottle.
It does, doesn't it? Which is a bit weird because it says that it's ketchup. But I suspect that means it's got some nice spicing to it. Let's find out. Ooh. Scent-wise, there's definitely a woody spice of some sort in there. But also a fair bit of onion and sweetened vinegar like you would expect of ketchup. As you can see, thick and chunky, not the sticky gloop that ketchup normally is.
Chunky.
That actually looks like a good consistency for scooping up with your chips.
And yeah, sweet. Can definitely taste a little bit of the allspice in there. Definitely got the onion, a little bit of that vinegar towards the end, but not too much. And surprisingly, not as tomatoey as I would expect of a ketchup normally.
It sounds, by the way you describe it, with the allspice and stuff, is it more like the daddy's sauce?
I mean, it's not a brown sauce because it's not fruity like a brown sauce, but
No.
It has elements of that still. And there's a nice Scotch bonnet warmth just growing in. Nothing major, but definitely enough to warm the throat and the back of the tongue. That's quite pleasant. Not what I would expect of a ketchup, but definitely still going to go nicely on burgers and chips and stuff.
Any heat?
Yeah. Scotch bonnet warmth coming in towards the end slowly. Not a crazy heat, definitely. Most what I would call a supermarket medium, but a nice one still.
Sounds pretty nice.
Then we have their Fix Up to Heat sauce, which appears to be, yeah, if I hold it at that angle, it comes in the right colors. I don't know why it doesn't when I do that. My camera's being funny.
Orange.
Yeah, very orange. And when I take a sniff, it's not the chili that I smell.
It looks like a sriracha colour.
It's very much
runnier.
ginger.
It looks a lot runnier than the other one.
Yeah, if I pour it, you'll see it is quite a bit runnier. It's pretty thin, this one. But you can still see all the seeds and stuff in it. Or at least I can. I don't know if you can, because I can't really angle it towards you without spilling it everywhere. And yeah, ginger. Salt and the cider vinegar are the first things I get from that. There is definitely an undertone of Scotch bonnet and the Thai chili that's in it, but it is very much the ginger and salt first. And so the heat also takes up that gingery quality.
One of the strongest French.
Despite being a Scotch bonnet strength, and a good, strong Scotch bonnet strength at that.
Sounds like it's going to go very well in a stir fry.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a good use for it. I'm sort of a little undecided on it because it is quite acidic. It is quite salty.
Yeah,
But
it sounds like it needs cooking with something.
Yeah. Yeah, in the right situation, this sauce is going to work really nicely. And as you say, stir fry may well be that.
Definitely sounds like it needs cooking rather than just. Heat level on it.
See a little bit more oil at the top of this one. Not totally sure what the reason for that is, but this is their smoky fix, which sounds like it should be milder than fix up the heat. But if you look at the bottom, it's 4 chilies out of 4 chilies. This is... Oh.
Right, Irina was wanting to know what the last sauce was.
This is the Fix Up the Heat from Boom Sauce Co. still.
But there's only 3 chilies on the heat scale, so it might.
Yeah, this is 3 on their heat scale. It's a good, strong Scotch bonnet heat. But their smoky fix is in fact hotter at 4. And the reason it's hotter is because the smoked chilies they're using are in fact Carolina Reapers.
Well, there you do go.
Yeah, weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
Nor was I. In terms of aroma, definitely a lot more savory than the last. Probably because of that added smoke. Color-wise, it's a little bit paler. And it's about... Actually, I think it's a little bit thinner than the other one, even.
Stu Walker says there's hiccups incoming.
Quite possibly.
What?
Oh, yeah, that... It's still a gingery heat, but you definitely feel the Reaper in with it.
I can hear the voice
And you
changing
definitely
too.
get the smoke flavor coming through quite quickly and making it a lot more obviously savory than the last. And I'm really surprised that I'm not hiccuping already. I might do in a second, but I mean, there's a lot of heat from that, and it's sitting right at the top of my throat. So I would have thought that would get the hiccups. It's definitely not a full Carolina Reaper heat, not even close. But this is at least going to rival a ghost pepper sauce.
I noticed it was enough to change the sound of your voice. That did change. So.
Yeah. It's definitely sitting right there in the throat.
What flavour did hit you first on that one? Was it the Reaper or...
So it's still the ginger, and it's... Because there's a bit more oil in it, it's a bit more of a slightly creamy ginger flavour, maybe even. Maybe slightly nutty or something. But it does also have a very clear savory smoke element coming in very quickly. And then the Reaper sort of follows on from that. But the Reaper flavor is a lot more subtle than the smoke of the Reapers.
With that one, how hot would you actually say it is in your mouth now?
I'd say it's a little bit above some of the hottest ghost pepper sauces.
So still roughly like a supermarket's Carolina Reaper sauce.
Without the vinegar.
The supermarket Carolina Reaper sauces I've had, most of them have been a little below ghosts, so I'd say a bit more than that, but it's nothing like some of the really sort of high concentration Reaper sauces. But it is definitely more than ghost.
Was it very vinegary, or what was the acidity in it?
I'm going to have a little bit more just to confirm, I guess. I don't think it tastes quite as vinegary as the other one, but I just want to double check that. Still got a definite acidity to it, but Not as obvious as the last one, especially as the ginger is a lot of that zing anyway. If that makes sense.
The only bit that's worrying me is the ginger seems to be the dominant taste in it, and well, everybody knows me and ginger.
Yeah, both of these are first ingredient ginger sauces.
I have a love-hate.
The fix up to heat is ginger, cider vinegar, scotch bonnet, Thai chili, olive oil, garlic, sea salt, water, and a pinch of Trini love, as they put it.
Pinch of what?
Trini love, as in love from Trinidad. No idea if that's an actual ingredient or not, but I suspect it's just something they've added for fun.
The owners might be from Trinidad.
If not, their family are. So they've definitely grown up with that influence. And then the smoky fix is ginger, scotch bonnet, so the vinegar's a little bit lower down, Thai chili, then we get to the cider vinegar, smoked Carolina Reaper, olive oil, garlic, sea salt, water, and again a pinch of Trini love.
Have we got a website for these guys?
We've got a Twitter and an Instagram. Actually, we've got 2 Instagrams. Got to be a website. I bought them off a website. Let me double check that real quick.
Find out who stocked it. And we'll see if we can get a link on the screen, because
Well, what sauces are on Instagram?
I'm a little bit interested in the smoky one, really.
Here we go, boomsauce.co.uk.
We'll bring it up on screen if we can.
Yeah, of the sauces, the smoky and the ketchup were by far the 2 that most interested me, just because you've got the smoked reapers in there, and you've got a ketchup that looks like it's a lot more spiced than most. Yeah, there we go. You got it.
There we
Have a little bit more milk. That is lingering.
I like the idea of the smoky one, because I think it might. I look for sauces sometimes that can rescue me when I've messed up when I'm cooking. Well, basically, that sounds like one of the ones that could rescue me.
Yeah, those are the 3 sauces from them. But there is one final thing they do, and this is their fix up to heat chili chocolate. And yeah, you'll notice I've opened this package already because I wanted to photograph it and stuff, but I did keep the chocolate intact this time.
Well, that is better than usual. Probably because you knew if you did open it, it wouldn't last.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, if you look at that, the chilies are actually printed onto the chocolate. I'm not sure how that works, but that's interesting.
It is pretty interesting. Is the chocolate also like beveled and
Tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But look at that. It's got a good thickness to it.
It is. It looks like it's going to snap, but difficultly. There's no actual break lines. It's going to.
Yeah, I'm going to have a go at that in a second, but let's see. Minimum of 30% cocoa, so not the highest cocoa bar, but I mean, it's still, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And yeah, it's not saying exactly. No, it is. So yeah, the other thing they don't quite say in the ingredients, but they definitely say online, is that this is heated up using their sauce, the fix up to heat one. So theoretically, it's going to have a lot of that salt and ginger flavor in it. And I've just seen the cross section. That looks like peanut butter.
I noticed when you broke it, didn't seem to snap as a snap. It was like a breaking an arrow.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a snap, but there's also a lot of just softness in the middle, so that really does weaken the snap. Yeah.
Yeah. Give it another look in the middle of it.
Is it biscuit?
I'm just reading the ingredients to see if I can work out what it is.
It's made with the sauce.
Right,
Yeah,
it might be made with the sauce, but is that biscuit in the middle?
No.
I'm not seeing any biscuit here.
I'm going to read the ingredients out for you now.
So I've got to do the gap in the middle of it.
Minimum 30% cocoa, then sugar, cocoa butter, whole milk powder, emulsifier, which is soy lecithin, natural vanilla flavoring, ginger, cider vinegar, scotch bonnet, Thai chili, olive oil, garlic, sea salt, water. So that's all the sauce. Then color E171.
That's David.
E120, E162, E172, E100, and then spirulina powder. So those colouring
Spirulina.
make the chili pattern on there.
For those that don't know what spirulina is, it's a form of algae.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very healthy form of algae, actually.
Well, all I can say is if that's not biscuit in the middle, then I'm very sorry. Your chocolate bars look crap.
You're not going to find out until you get that, because I'm telling you, you won't get a word of sense.
No,
out of
I'm just
Coran
saying.
chocolate
I'm
in
just
Sandstone.
saying. If that's not biscuit in the middle of there, right, then our chocolate bar just looks crap against Lee Alexander's because it just looks amazing in the middle, and that just looked like there was a big gap in the middle of it. It's why I asked if there was biscuit in it.
Well, there's something in there,
No, it's not biscuit. That's truffle made with the sauce, I think.
like a truffle.
Oh, shut up.
And yeah,
Why?
at first it's nice and smooth and chocolatey, and then the salt does come through, and you get that salt in with your sweetness. I like salted chocolate. I like this a fair bit.
We can't tell.
I'm not getting a ton of the ginger flavour to it, but I am getting the sort of feel of the ginger and the heat of that sauce still. And actually, I think a bit of the Scotch bonnet's coming through as well, which is quite nice.
You had me pretty much convinced until you mentioned it was a bit salty, and the idea of it salty.
No, not a fan of salted chocolate?
I'm not a fan of chocolate, to tell you the truth, so it makes no
fair enough.
difference to me.
If you don't want salt in chocolate.
I don't really know, because I've never tried it, so I can't really say no. I'm just saying it
No.
doesn't sound
I
appealing.
can. No. Hi, Jim.
I have never actually physically tried salted chocolate, so
Hi, Chico. It's on.
Now I'll have some. Why not?
yeah, it looks like it's a winner though.
Amy, shut that door.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it.
Archie's coming now.
It looks like an interesting texture as well.
It's amazing, son.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of,
I'm sorry, Archie.
yeah, it's truffle or ganache kind of texture in the middle. Smooth, melts a bit in the mouth. Pleasant.
Well, it doesn't look like the rest of the bar's going to last for the rest of the night, so
No.
Video.
I am going to work my way through that quite quick.
Come here, let me wipe your
Colin's
nose.
done what he's
You need to
normally
sneeze?
done. It's a bar of chocolate.
You need to sneeze?
You'd rather more cocoa, would you, Stu? I can sort of understand that. But I do like this as is, so I'm not complaining.
Adele can have mine. Have mine what?
Chocolate?
I haven't got any. I don't eat chocolates.
I do. I bought it all from Lee Alexander.
I know you do. I know you bought a load of it.
And I've been dead good.
You have been good.
Oh, which chocolate's that you've gone and got?
She got a couple of Nebula bars and a couple of the
White chocolate and raspberry.
white chocolate and raspberries.
Oh, you didn't get the chocolate orange? Oh,
Don't think she did, because the chocolate orange one was the better one.
No, there's, I don't like.
I do.
How about the
I like the
non-spicy
chocolate
one?
orange.
I like the chocolate orange. It's very, very orange, and it's got a little bit of twang to it, which just it takes away the over sweetness of normal chocolate, which is, like I say, I don't normally like chocolate, but that is the one that I do.
I believe this is 405 Chili Company we're talking about, John.
It is, yeah. But everybody looks for something different in chocolate, so yeah.
Yeah, it seems so. Anyway, that's the boom sauce one.
Can we get a little close up again of the print on the chocolate bar itself? There you go. I'm assuming the spirulina is to do with the green print.
It may well be, but there were a bunch of food colorings in there as well, so.
Oh, I thought that they'd gone spirulina based one, because spirulina is green. Oh, usually. The Nebula bar was one of the 405 chili companies, John.
What did you say?
Bit like a galaxy. Very, very smooth.
Ah, that's where the nebula comes from. That makes sense.
Very, very smooth.
I do like the extra dark galaxy milk chocolate. Anyway,
the dog was trying to get out the door there, but it couldn't work.
Actually,
probably finish off because I've shown you everything.
actually, ball.
You've got nothing else. You might as well
nothing
finish
else.
the rest of your chocolate.
Oh, if you want to see me eat the rest of the chocolate, I don't mind.
No, I'm not getting the blame for you. Too late. Didn't take much pushing there, did he?
You needed suede and dead loads there, like. I see you twist his poor little arm up his back.
Next time, try to resist a little bit, dude. But at least make it look like it was a fight and a push. I'm just going to have a little bit of chocolate with me on.
Oh yeah, Lee went away for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah. He will be back, but nobody knows when right now because he's concentrating on family stuff and work.
He's got 2 little peoples.
He's got 2 little peoples, yeah.
He's got other
got
little
lots of little
peoples as
people,
well, but he's got 2 little peoples.
I've got a necklace. So, the 3 sauces. I'm not going to ask you about the chocolate because I already know the answer to that one. You'll love it. The 3 sauces you had. The first one, I'm not 100% sure what I thought about that one, really, to tell you the truth.
It's not quite a usual ketchup. It's a lot less tomatoey and has a little bit more spice to it. Not bad.
I got the impression it didn't know whether it was ketchup or that daddy's fruit saucy stuff.
Yeah, it's a little bit in the middle of those. It's not nearly.
Work it out.
It's not really your brown sauce because it's not fruity like that, but it definitely has some elements of it. And it's not really all the way ketchup either. So, yeah, I see what you mean on that one.
I think the smoky one was the one I'd have said was more my type.
Yeah, the fix up to heat has potential in the right situation, but it is very much an acidic, salted ginger sauce.
For adding in stir fries or chucking over a bit of fried chicken or...
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Oh, Archie,
Stir
man.
fries and marinades, it's going to go very nicely, but...
Amy, shut that door. Just lean over. What? Shut that door, lean over.
Little message there for you, Coran.
Appreciate it, Stu. Let us know what you think when you do try it. And then, yeah, the smoky fix definitely has a little bit more going on than just the ginger and the salt. That smoked Reaper definitely adds a fair bit to it. So, yeah, I can see why that's the one that interested you more, but it is also by far the hottest of the 3.
I suppose if you add it in food, though, the heat goes down.
Yeah.
Found that out last night.
But it does still linger a lot.
Into stews and soup, says Kevin Tilly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, chicken ones.
Chicken.
Are you just mocking Melvin with his love of chicken?
Funny though, I do actually prefer taste. You know, if I taste anything new for the first time, I do prefer doing it with chicken because, well, it's the mildest flavour.
Yeah, it's rich. It's somewhat meaty, but it's also weirdly bland at the same time. So it takes up other things really nicely.
Unless somebody suggests what to actually physically try something with, I'm trying it with chicken.
Oh God, Melvin, no.
Anybody wondering what we're feeling a bit queasy for?
Yeah, you got to bring it up, but no.
And you got to realise the guy could be serious because we've seen some of the stuff he's eating. So...
Yeah.
Anyway, I suppose with that, we best say good night.
Good night.
We said good night. Now what we do?
I don't know. I guess we leave.
I got sick of trying to catch you out, so it was pointless doing that.
See you, dude.
Okay, dude.
Oh, God, I'm just asking for the recipe.
No,
we better go before he actually gets that.
I think what we need to do is find a way of getting Adela banned from Facebook.
That or Melvin.
Never mind, think of the protein.
Exactly.
See you later, guys. We'll say goodbye to Spice Street first.
Bye.
Bye. I'm still here. Why am I still here? Get gone. Go away. Peter.